Hey there, welcome to Costa Rica Story Live, and today we're live at it's a little bit of a noisy spot here today. Let me I have to throw the glasses on. There's some glare on the screen, so I'm not seeing things very well. Welcome to Costa Rica Story Live, and today we're coming from Taunis Café down here in Bahia, and I have to tell you right now it's pretty busy because it's whale season here now, and this is one of the main restaurants people come to before they're going out on whale tours. And to turn the volume down on my. This is one of the main restaurants that people come to when they're going to do a whale tour. It's a very popular restaurant, Tuanis, and I'll have the directions information about the restaurant down below in the description. You can check that out. And also, if you're in the area right now and you want to stop by, I'm going to be here from 8 till 9 a.m. Today's Thursday. And if you're in the neighborhood right now, stop by and say hello. So it started off pretty quiet in here, and a group came in, and then they had a little, like a toddler. He fell off his chair, broke his plate. So there's a lot of screaming and chaos in there. It's calmed down quite a bit, but I decided to move outside. There's outside seating here and there's inside seating here, and it's a really great restaurant. They just they did a lot of renovations here, and they've completely redone the place, so it's really beautiful. There's a nice booth in the back I can show you later. But let me go into the show notes, which means I might have to be putting on my glasses for this. So yeah, let me know if where you're tuning in from and where you're from, and if people are paying attention, because I don't always know. So I've got information here because we're at. It's the glare. It's the glare. We're at Tuanis, and they have an awesome menu here. I love the breakfast. They have an awesome typico, the gallo pinto with it's just really good here, and they also, all the breakfast is good. You can get it. You can even get a traditional like gringo breakfast if you want. But one of the things I really like about this place, they have a special it's they call it a coffee, but it's really basically it's a shake. But I can justify having ice cream for breakfast when I have this. So if you are in the area, I'll stop by. I'm going to be here till 9 a.m. and I'm going to try to do the live streams, every Thursday, and again, like I used to do. I'm not going to be in the same place. I'm going to go to different places. Like today, I'm here in Bahia, and this is a cool place where I am right now because to the right over there is there's a nice little park, and next to that is the Salon Comunal. That's where a lot of the activities take place here in Bahia. A lot of times people ask me, "Oh, is Uvita and Bahia the same thing?" And no, that they're separate entities, but they're integrated communities, but they have their own governance, and they have their own groups that do things in each community. So what do we got else for show notes here? Got to say hello to the Good Vibe Tribe if you're watching out there. Where are you tuning in from? Let me go to the comments. I know I got one from Don already. I didn't get this. I know it's a Saturday Night Live reference, but I didn't understand what you meant by that, Don. So you're gonna have to clarify. No Coke Pepsi. Is that the menu here? That's the samurai chef. I think that was reference to. Dirk, very good to see you. Dirk from Dirk's Wild World. Buenos and Pura Vida, amigo. Still sending greetings from Germany, which you'll be in Costa Rica pretty soon. And I know you're looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to seeing what you capture with the camera. Yep, Senior Don is 100 meters above the BM here. He lives in a place right near the Supermercado BM. That's in the middle of Uvita. And BM is pronounced Beme in Spanish. At least it's similar to that. I'm probably butchering the word, but so yeah, it's bustling here right now. It's hustling and bustling, and I've sent a lot of clients out to see whales here. This is the time of day when tours go out, so this is when there's a lot of different companies that do the tours, and they're all like a lot of them are coming out of here. Some of them are coming in, all different directions, so they're all converging on the entrance to the whale tail. So it's an exciting time, and I've been seeing a lot of whales, which I've mentioned before. It's just that time of year, July through October. It's the southern migration, so get down here for that. But if you can't make it, if you're coming in the drier season, mid-December through February, there's the northern migration. So come to Uvita. You need to get down here to Uvita. And the Festival of the Whales and Dolphins is September 5th, 6th, and 7th. And there's a lot of activities involved with that. I've got a little trailer clip I'll show you shortly. There's like of all the different activities. There's even a mountain bike race here and Zumba, a lot of different things. So if you're just tuning in or you're watching on the rebroadcast as it's uploaded, I'm down here in Bahia, beautiful Bahia, and we're at Tuanis Café, and it's one of the most popular places to come if you're going to be going out to see the whales. Also, it's just a cool place to come. This is a cool kids restaurant here. So I'm at the cool kids table. So if you're coming to the area, this is a place to be. So yeah, at the gym today, the guy that trains me, my friend Michael, he found out that I was YouTube famous. Maybe he's tuning in today. I don't know. I told him I was doing a live stream here in Bahia. So if you're tuning in, Michael, let me know. But he's working, so he probably can't tune in. We need to do a live stream from Atlantis Gym, because Atlantis is a really great gym, and they're going to be moving to a new location, and it's going to be, I guess it's going to be pretty awesome as I understand it. So that's going to be pretty soon. They're moving to a bigger location. So tours to Corcovado Park leave out of Uvita, and I can help you book them, as well as Cano Island snorkeling. There's ATV tours here, and you just go to uvitaday.com. I can help you with any of that stuff. So I'm wondering if Senior Don's going to make an appearance. He mentioned he might. I'm going to put my glasses on again. Yeah, I as I was talking about before, there was a little kid that fell off his chair. It was a whole thing here. And I'm going to be adding different tours. So let me get. Yeah, so September, I'm going to have some green season specials for the Uvita Day Adventure. And one is, if you come and experience Uvita Day Adventure with me, and we use your rental car, you get a whole another day free. So it'll be 2 days in your rental car, but for the price of 1 day. So that's a pretty good deal, and check that out. And I'm also doing some added value things for people that are doing the in-person consults. So I'll have that up in September, maybe even sooner for that. So uvitaday.com is where you go to find out information about a lot of the stuff that I'm doing here in Uvita. And I know sometimes there's I'm someplace with a great view, but today it's just great ambience here. It's I need a schedule of guest. I think that's what I need to start doing. But so I'm trying to do the live streams every Thursday to let people know that I'm doing them and be consistent with them. So as always, there'll be more info linked down in the description. And I know I had a lot of people asking me questions about my friend Dell's place. They wanted, thinking about renting that, and just contact me for that information. And I'm trying to get a special price for the Good Vibe Tribe, the viewers of this channel. And you get a hold of me, and then I'll have Dell contact you, and we'll see what happens with that. Also, I say that I've been thrust into the world of property management because one of my first clients, who's now a friend of mine, she has property here and she wants me to manage part of the property. So that'll be an interesting thing. It's a beautiful place. It's a beautiful rental. So that might be of interest to some of you watching. It's an ocean view, and it's close enough to town. It's that you don't have a crazy long drive. You still need a 4x4 to get up there, but as you do any place that's got an ocean view, you're going to need a 4x4, for the most part. So I'm going to be managing that place, and she's also thinking of offering a rent-a-car with the property, so that would be a bonus. A lot of things going on lately. Yeah, last night, I think this is a repeating scenario. But we had some really heavy rain, and we lost power, and I had to get my saw out and clear my driveway, because when it rains here and there's any kind of little bit of a wind, which there was, trees start to fall. So I had to. I have a little hand saw. It's not a chainsaw, but it's a really sharp. It's the best little saw I've ever had. But it's kind of like when I lived back in the northern country. When I lived in New York State, I always had to keep my driveway shoveled. Even if I wasn't going anywhere, I just made sure I had it cleared out. And that's kind of the way it is here, but it's trees instead, because whenever it rains, there's usually something that falls over the driveway. And I'm not driving my car right now because I'm still waiting for Postway to get back to me about having it fixed. My car runs perfectly fine, but I just have a little ping that happens with the drive shaft. So I'm walking and riding my bicycle all around. I rode my bike down here from my house. I think it only took me, it was like 7 minutes. I was here from my house. That includes getting across the Costanera, which that's probably the hardest part of any kind of getting around in town. That's why you can get places faster on a bicycle here than you can in a car a lot of times if there's traffic, because there's an intersection by the BCR bank, and if you're coming from Calle Uvita, coming from the Uvita waterfall, making a left-hand turn there, that's only traffic jam that you'll experience in Uvita, other than maybe down around the whale tail area. So yeah, rain happens here. The power went out. It came back on, and it does cause problems, because Leticia here, that owns this place, we were talking about like power surges, and she lost her washing machine because of the power surge just recently, and I lost my my UPS unit that backs up my computer. I lost that to the power surge. So yeah, we're here, Costa Rica live from Tuanis Café. And if you're within the sound of my voice, or if you're close by, stop by the Good Vibe Tribe. Oh, and Del wants me to go back up there to Del Congo. Del liked the exposure that his property got there. So that's good for you, good for me, good for Del. So I'll be going up to Del Congo again probably sometime next week. I've got so many things going on right now. It's hard to get things scheduled, but yeah, I've got to get my car taken care of. It's kind of a priority, but I'm realizing I don't need my car as much as I thought I did. I always mention the fact that when I first got here, that I didn't have a car. So In the first 3 months, I didn't have a car. I didn't even have a bicycle. At least now I have a bicycle and I can get around. So let me go to the comments here. So if you're here and you want a few comments, let me gotta put on the glasses for this. I know Senior Don's watching. And Dirk's coming in November. Yeah, no, it'll be here soon before you know it. Time this year is going by fast. It's flying. Oh yeah, my live was interrupted by a commercial ad. I don't know how YouTube does that. I'll have to check my settings on that because there's no point of having any kind of ads in the live streams. I'll make sure to tick that off last time because I don't make any money from a live stream from YouTube. I don't make money from YouTube much at all anyway. Well, definitely. I have. When's the last time I saw you guys? It was El Mercado, probably 2 years ago. Yeah, I saw you had a map of where you were planning on traveling. Yeah, definitely keep reminding me too because I've been pretty scatterbrained lately. And a present, yes, I'm always up for a present. I never refuse a present. They do have good coffee here, and they also have they've got that special coffee made of ice cream. But I'm trying to avoid that kind of thing. So does this mean that you're going to make an appearance here and make the live stream multi-person? You know, I got to tell you, the last time Don was on a live stream with me, I kind of played a joke on him. I put him on, the camera was like this, and I put him on the close side of it, so he looked like he was huge, and I looked really, petite. And he never let me forget that. I knew what I was doing the whole time. It's like, yeah. But Don's a good guy. Don. What? Well, maybe I won't say too much about Don because maybe Don will get here. Maybe that can be the mystery of this video. Will Don show up? Will Don show up for the video? Kristen from Sweden. ¿Cómo está? Were you at the live streams we used to have at Don Roger? I know a lot of you were at the live streams at Don Roger. I'm distracted by my other electronics here. So everybody, let me know where you're chiming in for. This is usually more fun to do a live stream when it's cold back in North America and Europe when it's cold out, and I can say, oh yeah, it's talk about what the temperature is here. It's actually been a little relatively chilly because I think it was like 74 this morning, which is it's not typical. But it doesn't get super hot here. It's just the humidity. That's what gets you. So I'm going to try this. I really stink at lives, so you got to bear with me on this. So let me go back to the banners, and so I can, I'm just going to do this. I'm going to try to. I've got a little video, and I'm going to try to pop that up. This is a trial. This is just something I'm trying to do here. So I've got a little video. And I'll talk about some of the things. Some of these things I've already talked about, but here I'm doing more YouTube Shorts, and I'm doing a daily diary. So if you check out my YouTube Shorts, you can see my daily diary. I'm trying to do one every day. And also, I do have other services I offer here on my website. I do relocation stuff as well as helping you book your tours, but I haven't been talking about the relocation. I can help you find property and things. And of course, the Uvita Day Adventure. Come and experience Uvita with me. You're looking at the Uvita waterfall. That's Cascada Pavone. There's Taunis. There's the horseback riding on the beach. That's one of the tours I can hook you up with. There's Osa Canopy tours. That's Lynn's boat tour down in Surfy. That's a blast. I call that the monkey boat because you see lots of monkeys. There's Jungle ATV, which is a blast, and that's a side by side. Those are side by sides, and they're more. I love those more than regular ATVs. Also the Festival of the Whales and Dolphins is coming up, and that's September 5th, 6th, and 7th. So it's right around the corner here. They have a lot of different activities. They've got mountain bikes going on, mountain bike races. They also have inflatables for the kids, lots of things for the kids, and they'll have lots of vendors with lots of food. And they have a 3K race down on the beach. That's right on the beach. And they have a 5K. And also for the more the tough people, they've got the 10K down there on the beach. So that'll be a blast. Masterclass in Zumba. But there's just a lot going on here. But the main thing is, as always, is the whales. So during the whale and dolphin festival, you can go out and go on a whale tour at a reduced price. So it's a good time to take advantage of that. And it's also at the, we're right in the middle of the peak of the whale season. It's here for a while. So get down here to Uvita for that, and I can help you book with Dolphin Tour. And it's a fun experience. That I have people that are like, well, should we do the whale thing? Is it fun? I go, trust me, it's something it'll blow you away. And then they come back and they're like, oh no, that was awesome. That was awesome. So I need to do what I want to do. I want to do a video where I get people's reactions when they come back from the tours, because like the last clients I had, I said, well, can't we see the whales from the beach? I'm like, well, if you're super lucky and you have a giant telescope, you probably could. But when you do a whale tour, they take you right out there, and you're right around where all the whales are, and the whales come up by the boats and splashing, and they do the tail slapping. And also a great thing when you go out on the whale tours, especially with Dolphin Tour, is they have great guides, very knowledgeable guides. They can explain what everything there is to know about whales, and they're very conscientious about giving the whales their space, and that's always a concern. That it's the whales' well-being is the most important thing. And the thing is that the tourism for the whale season, the tourism for the whales it helps preserve the whales, helps preserve the whales' habitat there, and it's great for the community. So it's when this area converted to a more tourism economy, it was really, really great thing for the environment here. It can be stressful for the people that live here, because when your economy depends on tourism, it's a little bit unpredictable. So come down here and patronize the businesses here. And also come down during green season. You can save money. You can you can experience less crowds. It's a really good time to come. And and people ask me all the time, what is the green season? And this varies. It's not always, everybody has different definitions. There's a lot of different seasons here, but the main super dry season, which is probably not my favorite time of the year, is like the end of December, January, February, and maybe into March. That's when a lot of people like to come, because they think that there's less chance of rain. But if you come to Costa Rica and you're worried about rain, that's not a good attitude to have. You come down here like this time of year, it probably will rain in the afternoon. Maybe it will, maybe it won't. But it's not like a deal breaker. You get used to the rain. I love the rain, especially at night. It's just an awesome thing. Like they say here, lluvia es vida, like rain is life. So have the right attitude. It's funny, most of the people that come and do the Uvita Day Adventure with me they're the people that are educated on what it's like here. So they roll with the punches. I'm always impressed with that. That's part of the Good Vibe Tribe motto, roll with the punches. Don't dwell on anything that may not be completely perfect. So I'm just curious if you're watching it, where are you planning on visiting in Costa Rica? I'm trying to expand the tours that I'm doing here, and maybe be doing some more videos up north in different places, and build some relationships with companies up north that do a lot of different things, because people kind of bypass Uvita. I don't really understand that. Let me go back to see if there's any more comments here. Yes, there's 3 comments there. ¿Sí? Sí, por favor.
Café negro, café.
Café negro normal. Muchas gracias. Zizi Dreddle from Oregon. Hi from Oregon. Ads don't pop up on my phone, only on TV platforms. That's interesting. Welcome aboard. I know I butchered your name, so it's Dreddle. Zizi Dreddle. $15 or less. No jokes. I think that's back to the Saturday Night Live thing. So you're going to be there. Zizi's going to be here in November Day. Good time to be here. I mean, every time. What am I saying? It's always a good time to be here. Oh, muchas gracias. Say hola. Caught her off guard. She didn't. So yeah, this restaurant is really nice here, and food is fantastic. And it's my friend Letty owns this place, runs this place, and she works so hard. She's here opening to closing, and she goes to the same gym I do, and she hasn't been going lately because she's just so wiped out because she works so much. And that's the thing about Costa Rica. People work hard here. People work hard. People play hard. I think that's part of the Porta Vida thing, right? You work hard, play hard. I want to do a video on that. You know, what is Porta Vida? I think it has a lot to do with your work-life balance kind of thing. And like I talk about my friend Daniel. We have these philosophical discussions all the time. But you know, like he'll talk about the off season. You know, it's not great for his business. He does less business, makes less money, but he has more time to do the things he needs to do on the plantation because there's things that have to be done with the coffee plants. Also gives him more time he makes these little chorrador, the little wooden coffee makers with the socks. So he has a chance to catch up on that. Also a chance to maybe do something with the family. But yeah, it's for me, the off season is a little bit unpredictable. I don't know when my business is going to be better or worse. Like July was really slow, and now it's like within a day, everything. I'm kind of overwhelmed with a lot of different things. A lot of things that I wasn't really expecting. You know, there's little things coming into my life that I wasn't expecting. So I just keep moving forward, and things come your way. You just have to. What is that thing? Keep on swimming at. Why did that pop into my head? That Dory, that fish. Excelente. Mira, paseate también. Muchas gracias. So check this out. Let me see if I can do it. Throw the camera up. So I guess I have to pick it up. So it's down a little. But there's my coffee. That banner on the bottom, I'm not sure how to get that off. I used to know how to do that, but I'm out of practice. I'll figure that out. Next live, I'll be able to take that off. Kind of gets in the way. But this is the coffee. Nice big hot coffee. So this area is really hopping right now because it's whale season, and this is a place where when there's holidays and things, the Salon Communal. I'll switch positions, so I'll give you a different background. But I don't know if there'll be sun glare. I still don't know if Don's coming. Don, are you coming or not? Like, probably the best thing for me to do is just to unplug it here. So I'll give you so the location of this restaurant is linked down in the description. So if you want to come here, just you can come here now and join me on the live, or if you're when you come here on vacation, you can check it out. But this is what it looks like. And I know that the Wi-Fi is good, because sometimes when there's an event across the way, I steal the Wi-Fi from Tuanis. So I'll just go inside really quick just to do a quick tour. A lot of tables here. They remodeled recently, so it's a lot diferente. So yeah, it was just a little bit noisy in there. That's why I decided to come out here. There's the kitchen. There's Liddy. Is he working very hard? That's where the magic happens. That's where the magic happens in the cucina. The coffee is tasty and very piping hot. So this is, if you're a Mac user, like I've been using computers for a long time, like most of us. This is the pain in the butt with Macs. You have, like with your USB, there's no USB. You can't just plug a USB into your laptop. You've got to have this little special thing with this little special thing. And all right, so a lot of you probably remember the lives at Don Roger. And Don Rogers changed hands. They're Uvita La Perdita now. It's a different place, but it's remodeled and it's really nice. But the one thing they don't do breakfast there. They do like lunch and dinner, but they don't do breakfast. So I haven't heard from Don, so maybe we have a chance of a Don sighting. It's 8:30. We've got time for him. And Don is my friend from Canada, and he moved here in, is it 22? I'm not going to talk too much about that because he might be showing up. So if he shows up, I don't want to have all his information already talked about. Let me just go about. So the last video I did was at with Dell's place, and I have a blast up there. It's definitely a reboot to get up there and just have that view of the whale tail and just the tranquility up there. Tranquility. Todo tranquilo. My Spanish is better than my English on that word. There goes a tour bus full of guests to go see the whales. Del Congos, yes. You need to get back up there. And you can book at Del Congos, just get a hold of me. And I'm still trying to figure out if we can get a discount with Del. Should be able to. So Senior Don, my friend Don, he comes down here every Saturday because there's on the soccer field, there's a group that plays softball there. So he's always in the stands cheering. It's kind of a social thing. So if you move to a place, like Uvita or anywhere in the world, if you develop these these little social activities you do, and it's not even as much about the activity itself. It's just the mingling and the socializing. I put my glasses on again. Rico Morris, can we see a look around restaurant, please, and thank you. Yeah, I'll do another walk around in the restaurant again. I'll drink a little bit more coffee, and then we'll take another look at the restaurant. I'm not sure when that comment came in. It was before I did the walk around, but sometimes I feel funny, like just throwing the camera at people's faces while they're eating. Not that funny, but well, wait a second. There's action here. This is like we're already up now like cheeseburger. Uh-oh, there he is. Yeah. Let me just move over a little bit and
no fat jokes.
I'm going to put you on the side that makes you skinny. I was talking about the last time you were here.
I know. I heard that. I was going like, yes, I remember. I've lost 100 pounds since I've been here, man.
That's a lot to lose.
Yeah. Lost 100 pounds. Yeah. Am I in the screen? Yeah. Where am I here?
Yeah.
There we go.
See, look how tiny he is, and look how fat I am. Yeah. So yeah, this is Don, also known as Senior Don. So this is
Good morning, Ed.
little tiny Don. He had the Saturday Night Live jokes going on there.
Well, because you said "Hola Coca-Cola."
Oh, okay. I didn't know if that was part of that. It's just one of those things.
I don't know, man. Like I go back a ways. Thought you were gonna do a Matt Damon on me or something, right?
I didn't. Said hola, Don. Oh, that's you. Hola, Don.
Hola. Yeah. No, last night it said hola Coca-Cola.
Yeah, I said that. It's just like I wasn't even sure if that was even showed up on the messages.
Well, Jimmy Kimmel and Matt Damon, eh?
Yeah, they kind of have this thing where they pretend they're mad at each other or something.
Yeah, he never doesn't allow him on his show.
Oh yeah,
I thought you were going to do it, Matt Damon.
Banned from Costa Rica as well.
Yeah, it's a beautiful day here, eh? Holy cow!
Beautiful down here. I was just talking about how you come down here on Saturdays and not play softball. We watch the softball. It's more of a
right over there. Yeah.
And it's kind of a social thing.
There's so many people that have lived here that you can glean information from because they go there. Like that softball has been going on for 20 years now.
Is that Ticos and Gringos or only Gringos?
Ticos, Gringos, Nicaraguans, Venezuelans, Colombians,
a little bit of
El Salvador.
A little bit of a melting pot.
The Costa Ricans, they don't play baseball really. It's not their thing.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, a lot of Nicaraguans, a lot of Venezuelans, and Colombians and stuff. So,
so back to you, Don. What year did you move? You moved here. We get this.
It's 3.5 years now. 3.5 years now. Yeah.
3.5 years. That's.
I just got my second residency approval, so I am safe for 2 more years. Okay.
Yeah, that process is interesting. We'll have to do a video just talking about that. And speaking of doing videos, so Don has Don has got his own YouTube channel. He's got it all set up. He just needs to do his first video. I don't know. It's one of those things. It's that first step is always the hardest. It's the first step on a journey. We get this more of Don in there. But yeah, see how tiny you are and see how.
Well, I am. I'm just a little.
Yeah,
guy.
No, let's talk about how much weight you did lose. You did actually lose 100 pounds.
Yeah, I'm 195. I came down here. I was 295.
So what do you attribute that to? Is it the food here, or is it just a whole different lifestyle?
Yes, the different lifestyle, the food, everything here is pretty natural. Once in a while I break down and buy something processed, but I like to cook And if you do go out to eat, you know that there are people that are cooking things that they get locally.
Yeah.
Um,
There's all kinds of.
Exercise. Ooh, the dreaded word, exercise. But when I came down here, like I told you, I had a cane. I think you saw that.
Oh yeah. You were walking with a cane for a long time. Then you had to walk up that big hill. What is it? The evacuation hill.
Yeah.
There's a hill. There's a hill with a sign. So what? If there's a
I call it
tsunami.
Tsunami Hill.
Yeah, but if there's a tsunami, you're supposed to go up the hill because it's so high. So that's where he lived. He had to go up that hill with his cane. But you made use of taxis quite a bit too. When you could, but you can't use them all the time.
Yeah,
it's expensive.
There was a little bit more shortage back then too. You know, like it's like 100 years ago, but you know, even 3 years ago, trying to get a taxi, and even some of the independents that operated under the table.
Well, Uvita has changed so much in the last,
There's Uber here now.
Last 4 years. Yeah, you can get an Uber here, and that was kind of a controversial thing with the local drivers.
Yeah. So, things have changed, but I walked a lot with that cane, and I went up, to the waterfall hill, up to the old Uvita beer gardens, everywhere. I was doing anywhere from 4 to 5 kilometers a day.
Yeah, the Uvita beer garden no longer exists there, right? They're gone.
No, they had to. It was a big 2024 was not a good year for a lot of people. So, yeah, I lost a lot of weight quite quickly, and then slowed down. But I've got a spine compression. I got my L5 is the worst, and my spine doctor said he couldn't operate on it.
So you've been through a lot of the medical things here with the Caja, and the hospital well. I know I had a serious issue with my stomach. I still don't know what it was, but Don came through and he was my savior and brought me down to Cortez. And what was it, a 3.5 hour wait or 4 hours
4 hours
to see the doctor? But the doctors are really good. It's getting in to see them is the hard part. And once you're in there, they spend the time with you. At least in my case, but I know you have a lot more experience with that. That should be a video we do. So like if you're watching and you have ideas for videos that I could do with Don, let me know. Let me put my glasses on to see if there's any comments.
Well, one of the issues that most people don't consider, and I know there's a lot that come down here, especially recently with Sarah Lane and that want to take out extra insurance, and that's available. There's lots of information on those extra insurance policies because in the United States there's a different form of healthcare.
Yeah, you're from Canada, so you're used to socialized medicine, right? Is that would you consider Canada socialized medicine?
Well,
a form of socialized medicine.
Yeah.
Hola.
See.
Do you live here?
See.
Okay. If I want to see Marino Ballena, the whale.
The whale tours?
Yes.
Tours? Yeah.
Which is the best tour? Which is the cheapest?
Dolphin tours.
Yeah, dolphin tours is really good, and they're right when you first go down there. They're the first place to go in there. The tours usually leave around 8.
One of your fans.
The tours usually leave around 8, but you can't miss it. It's dolphin tours when you first go in.
And the name of this is Dolphin Tours.
Dolphin Tours.
Dolphin.
Yes.
Dolphins. Yeah. What's the name of the owner there? I can't remember.
Cindy, and it's right next to there's a pizza place right to the left of it.
Okay, if you know, I have Google Maps.
Yeah, it's like if you just go down the road here,
you're not gonna miss it. Yeah?
Just take a right, and
the
road ends, and you go left or right. And
but where are you from?
From Italy.
From Italy. So you believe in meters, right? Meters. So I would say it is.
Oh, you're Canadian, so
It's about 2,000 meters, right?
Okay.
Just walk down there about 2,000.
I have the car.
Oh yeah, just go down. Oh, you'll be there in like 3 minutes.
Okay. Go straight on and right.
Yeah, just right.
basically go down there and it's straight.
200 meters.
Well,
2,000 meters is 2 kilometers.
Nah.
Anyway, it's just around the corner.
I live 100 meters above the BM store, and that's
Tour,
not that far.
And tell her the Ed from Costa Rica story sent
like
you.
200 meters. To the end of
they do great tours. You might have time to go out now. I'm not sure the tours may have already left, but are you trying to go today or tomorrow?
Today, if possible, today. It's
Yeah.
late or no?
It might be too late, but you can go down and ask because sometimes they have several boats going out.
Okay.
So yeah, just get down there as soon as you can and ask them.
Well, you got the right vehicle.
Thank
That's
you
for sure.
so much.
All right, have fun.
have
They're
fun.
seeing a lot of whales, a lot
Yeah.
of breaches and things. So
And if you want to have good Italian food from some Italians, right over here,
Okay. The name of the restaurant?
Dolce Uvita.
Don't you leave.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Bye-bye. Handing out information in the middle of the interview. That'd be, can you imagine that happening on live TV?
live TV. I feel like
Yeah.
Regis and Kathy Lee. Or are you going to do Kathy Lee or?
No, I'm not going to be that woman. No, can you imagine like if Jimmy Kimmel or Jimmy Fallon or Stephen Colbert, somebody started popping out of the office and say, "Hey, yeah, I just came in. I wanted to find out if you knew."
Well, it's YouTube. It's YouTube. It's not network TV. So,
Yeah, I know. It's
but that's added value. I think I consider that added value.
Yeah, then when these people were piping in that 2,000 meters is a kilometer, and I'm going, yeah, I'm not sure about that. I'm from Canada, but
Well,
that
you
2,000
missed
meters-
the drama when I was first here. I was inside because it was less glare and it was easier. But there was a huge group. They were really loud, and then they had this little kid. Little kid stands up on the back of his chair. The kid's probably like 2. He stands up in the back of his chair, and then he falls, breaks a plate, starts screaming his head off. It's like I was watching. I thought he broke his head, but
Okay, he might be right, but anyway, 1.2 miles.
yeah, let's keep let's keep it going.
Yeah, okay. Anyway, Canadian. I was going to say you're one of your people coming in here this morning is ZZ something or other.
Yeah,
Well, in Canada, we don't say Z, we say Z. Right? Okay,
I know.
so XYZ.
I know with the
But we had a problem when ZZ Top came out.
ZZ top.
ZZ Top? No, that wouldn't work. Right? So Canadians.
That's European too, because I know with the Nikon cameras they call like this Z6 is the Z6 to some people.
But I was saying to you a couple of times over the last few months that here's my lovely cafe. Gracias. Okay,
And because that's ambient.
K20? K20. No K20s. K20.
S.
No, K20.
That's correct.
No, the mom at my house said, I said, I'm going down to K20 Café. She said, no, 20.
Okay, ya conoce.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
Espera, Tuanis. Sí, no.
K20. Anyway,
Nice.
yeah, I know. I just, anyway, my mom went crazy on when I was saying that, right? So,
Well, yeah. Anyway, so Dirk says he's waiting for the moment Ed has to give autographs. I've done that a couple times, believe it or not, as crazy as it sounds.
yeah. So anyway, I was saying a couple of times to you that, people don't come to Uvita because they get caught up with all of the hubbub of Paco and, the Manuel Antonio, Tamarindo,
Tamagringo.
Playas del Coco, things like that. Okay, and they want to go up to see the volcanoes,
In the
and
cloud
stuff like that,
forest.
right? The amount of things that you can see here.
Yeah,
And your channel shows almost everything that you'd ever need to see, right? And
Yeah,
a few more to go.
I think Uvita is kind of like the everyday man, everyday woman's Costa Rica, because there's so many things you can do here very easily. And like when I do the Uvita Day Adventure, we can change from things. So if you want to see a waterfall, we can see the waterfall. There's so many different waterfalls, and the sea caves and the beaches and just the different all the different tours there are here. And Uvita being so central to places like going to Corcovado, going to I always want to say Paso, Cano Island for snorkeling. It's just a really good launching point.
And right now over the last year, the amount of Airbnbs and rentals that have come available, the prices have come down. You know, you can look around and you can find yourself a really amazing place.
Yeah, and the smart people do come here, you know, starting about now, because this is the time of year that it's kind of the seasons here are really hard to pinpoint, because people go, when's the rainy season, when's the green season, and it's like it's variable. And there's different seasons. There's whale season, where when people come, there's seasons that involve when kids in North America are in school or on vacation. There's holidays when the Costa Rican kids are off. Like in July, there's a week or two where Costa Rican kids have the week off, so that gets really busy. Like rental cars are more expensive that time, and you know, in North America, I don't know if Canada is the same, but in the States, in June and July into August, the kids are off. Is that how it is in?
Yeah, the end of June, July, August, and then they go back in September. So then they have the Christmas week off. So there goes a bunch of whale watchers.
And we got a tour coming by,
and you know that's
just like this, so we can see that.
That goes to show you how many people come down here. Good luck on the whales. Yeah, you're on TV.
And
Say hello. Sorry, impromptu.
Anyway, I don't know if I had that out right, but
anyway, they carried on down the road.
So yeah, that's what it. You see that, like the groups. I was gonna put the camera closer to you again. No, but you'll see that here a lot. The groups of people with life jackets walking down to the whale film. But that's what I like about Dolphin Tours. Dolphin Tours is a lot closer. That's where we sent the man from Italy. And I'm probably not going to get a commission on that. I could get a commission if
go down there and
I go, Sydney, I sent this guy down.
Yeah, he's white T-shirt, Italy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully he got on a boat, because usually, like, Dolphin Tours has several boats going out. If they do have a larger amount of people coming down, they can accommodate that, because you know, they can get another boat ready.
Yeah. So yeah, it's this town never really stops. You know, like you mentioned last night about the storm that blew through here. Well, that's just kind of a normal thing. A little surprising some days, but it just happens that way. But during the daytime, there's so much going on here, and all the beautiful restaurants and cafes, places you can go to.
So Zizi's going to Dominical.
Oh,
Montezuma. I don't know anything about Montezuma, but I know Dominical. I've done a lot of videos there. But
Montezuma has the cloud forest, isn't it?
I need to get up there, yeah. But yeah, he's been to Hawaii, so salud. So he knows what it's like with tourists. Like here, the biggest thing for tourists for me that I experience is just getting out of Calle Uvita, where the BCR bank is, to make a left. And you used to have to do that, but you don't anymore, because where you live, he lives right near the Supermercado.
BMA. Yeah.
Anyway,
I still do, like, a lot of times, like especially on Friday, I take my housekeeper home there, and then I have to come back. And Friday afternoon is like it's like the worst traffic you can get in Uvita, basically.
Yeah.
It's not that much, but it can become frustrating trying to turn left there.
But the traffic it gets hectic here, and like even on the back roads, you still have to be careful, because people drive crazy. Like, what was it, last week before, somebody was hit with an ATV or a side by side. It was actually somebody stole a side by side, and it was late at night, but the people were in the street, and I can't believe they had a video of that. It was
camera from a building, I think, and these people were talking to friends with the car.
4 people talking in the street, and this side by side that's like an ATV just came by and wiped them out. And
It's
it
just
killed
like
2 people, right?
Yeah, just like bowling pins, and it was, it was like
horrible.
a horror story. They did give you a warning before that, but
So that's what traffic can be aggressive here. So like crossing the street, you have to be careful. And I mean, I'm not saying that this is the only place in the world like that, but for a small town, it's really hustling and bustling, and there's there's people on vacation and that crazy, and there's kids who have little hot cars that they're dangerous, and a lot of motorcycles, and just crazy people in SUVs and people in a rush. It's like Uvita doesn't always apply to driving. That's one thing people say a lot, and that's true. And I ride about my bicycle here a lot, so
Yeah, there's
I
like
had
a
a few close
chameleon
calls.
change to the Costa Rican people when they get behind a wheel.
and no, I don't think it's all Costa Rican people. I'm
No.
just saying that some people are just that way. And I'm way more mellow driving than I used to be, but I do have my moments here. So
Yeah, I was a professional driver, and I was like
I used to drive a 2-story bus, right? 2-story bus.
2-story, yeah, double decker.
So maybe we could start a business where you could drive tours. I need something. I want to do tours with more people, so it might be perfect. But you probably had enough of that, right? Maybe we could
Tours,
get an angel investor to start to invest in our a business where we take people all around Costa Rica with Don driving.
Send money.
Yeah. But you
you
want to
get a cookie?
you want to be driving?
Did you get a cookie?
Of course, I got a cookie.
Oh, okay.
You only get a cookie if you're good.
All right.
Remember at Cebu up on the main drag, I used to give you these. It wasn't a cookie; it was like a candy thing. They don't do that anymore.
Yeah,
I don't know what you call that. Some kind of confection.
yeah. But like I'm just going to say that coming here, there's so much you can do. You can find yourself a nice Airbnb and go to so many things that you've never seen before, off of the beaten track. Prices are less expensive in relative sense of Paco or Tamarindo or places like that. And I see the complaints online, people paying $18 for just a cocktail. It's like, what? Like crazy, right? Yeah, Tamarindo. So, but no, one of the reasons I moved here was, what's the healthcare? We're getting back to that. The healthcare is important, top of the line for me. Being a person who lives on a pension and has limited income, I don't have that money to stretch.
Hola, ¿cómo está?
Hey, amigo. Todo bien, todo bien. Yeah. Pura vida, yeah.
Pura vida.
The Marina Ballena.
Dice hola. Hola.
Hola, ¿cómo están? Pura vida.
Pura vida.
Todo bien. Yeah.
Todo bien.
El café primero. Okay.
Okay. Bueno.
Bueno.
So Don's a little bit of a social butterfly, so he's
Yeah. I said I've met a lot of people. But when you come down here, you worry about like what's the healthcare like, what's things like. It has a process once you become a resident, even if you're not a resident, right, Ed? You went there, you experienced it.
yeah.
It's a process, right? And you have to go through the process to get to see the doctors. You have to go through the process to get onto the healthcare, and to get your medicine, get everything you need, and get the appointments, see specialists.
So when we went down to Cortez, I knew I was with the right person because as soon as we got there, I was like in excruciating pain. Like I said, I still don't know what it was, but it hasn't reoccurred. So I was associating it with the virus. Hopefully that's all it was. But as soon as we got there, Don said, "What? Get in this chair. You maybe." I was thinking if I was in a wheelchair, I'd get better service. Maybe they see how much pain I was in. But that doesn't work. It doesn't work that way. You don't. There's no. It's pretty much like when you get there, you're in the line. It's like they don't. In this situation, they didn't say, "Oh, this person is in worse shape." If somebody came in with their hand chopped off, that might be different. But
yeah, if they come in an ambulance, that's totally a different story.
But everybody in there was hurting in one way or another.
Yeah.
But you helped me navigate that pretty good, so I appreciate that.
The hospital here in Cortez,
Which is half an hour from Uvita, half an hour south of Uvita.
and they're improving the bridge, so it could be faster.
Yeah, they have these bridges, these one-lane bridges in this area all through Costa Rica. Really,
Bailey bridges.
the Bailey bridges, and they're that one down there. It's supposed to be. Or they're going to put a regular bridge in there eventually, which will be good because you can wait for a long time because it's a one-lane bridge, so you have to wait for a line of traffic to go one way. line of traffic go the other way. And when they were working on the highway up here in Uvita, all the cars would get like bunched up because they'd be waiting here. So you get a bunch of cars in a group coming to the bridge, then you got to wait. It'll be like 20 minutes sometimes.
Yeah, it becomes the domino effect, right?
Yeah.
All the way up the line, because I'll see them from my place at night. You'll see 20, 30, 40 vehicles going through, and you say, oh yeah, they got held up at the other side. And there was road construction too. So yeah, it was wiped out by a really bad, I think there was some sort of a semi-hurricane several years ago that came through here, and that river just wiped out that bridge.
And it was wiped out. The Bailey Bridge was wiped out by a truck last year. I did a video on that. So
that was
they can be dangerous driving with these one-lane bridges and things.
But you go down to that hospital, and the medical care there is good, right? And if it's not, which they did for me, they'll put you in an ambulance and take you up to San Isidro.
Yeah,
which is even a bigger hospital with more facilities.
That's
and more specialists.
The Hospital of the Americas, right? Basically.
No, that's the private one. This is I can't remember the name of it. I got a photo though. Got a photo with me. But yeah, there's a beautiful hospital up in San Isidro, and if you need any really more specialty than that, then it's off to San Jose.
I have more experience with dentists than doctors. I've only been to the doctor a few times, but I have a good doctor over in San Isidro.
Well, my doctor only handles older people, so I was lucky to get in there because I'm so young, right?
Hey, a teenager like yourself, you don't even need a doctor. What are you worried about?
In English, it would be like the department for geriatrics, which is like great.
So I was thinking about this the other day, that, and I don't like to stereotype, but it seems like Costa Ricans and Canadians have a lot in common because they're kind of polite. Have you noticed? I don't know. Do you like that stereotype that Canadians are polite?
Yeah, I don't mind the.
I mean, there's worse things you could say about somebody, but I mean, not every Canadian is polite. There's. I'm sure you know.
We have names like Canuck. You mind being called a Canuck? No, we don't.
But like just as like interacting with people, like I think a lot of times Canadians and Costa Ricans have that similar. They're worried. They're more sensitive to what they're saying to you, kind of.
Ticos are more tranquilo than Canadians. Anyone who's born and lived in Canada for 30, 40, 50 years, you become, just whatever,
Well, one of the things that I was mentioning in a video lately is when you're texting somebody in Costa Rica, especially if it's Costa Rican, that you don't just like start off with, did you see that fire truck go by? You say like, hola, ¿cómo está? Did you see that fire truck going by? Usually you need to have the formal like, hello, and it usually starts off with, like, I'll be getting a text from one of my Costa Rican friends. It'll be just like, first it'll be hola that comes out first, because they don't like my friends that they're Costa Rican that I know. They don't like to burst into a conversation. They like to say, hola, and I know, like, when I interact with people from the States, it's kind of like
boom,
when I was doing the rental car stuff, it'll be like, I need this, blah, 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 blah. And it's like, wait a second, you
back off,
buy me a coffee first, let me get used to talking to you. So, hola, how you doing?
I want to spend some money with you, Ed.
But no,
well, hang on a minute.
But like, I'm even talking, not even necessarily about business, just people in general, like, want to do this, want to do that, and yeah, it's just
they do tend to slow down here, because I got a lot of
it takes
friends from the States, and they're great people, and they've been here for 5, 10, 15, 20, 30 years, right?
But and it isn't, I'm not saying everybody, but they're it's because some people are just naturally polite, but some people are just like,
it is a go-go society.
They're in that lifestyle where it's like, maybe they're working in an office and there isn't time to say hello, or
and I worked and lived in Toronto, and I wouldn't want to stereotype all those people, but they have a similar type of go, we got to get keep on this wheel, and and out in the West Coast, a little bit more relaxed, and they used to call it La La Land, we're out there, La La Land. So that's good. Yeah, it's a different vibe here, between Canadians and Ticos. We're similar, but we're not, the family that I've lived with for the last 3 years in my own little house there, they enjoy me because I'm willing to learn Espanol.
And,
I interact,
and you can roll with it. You're not like uptight if things aren't perfect. That's one of the. It's a small thing, but it's a big thing.
No, it's not. It's not that important. Some things are. Like I was telling you about my residency, and and speaking of Tico's, first thing he says to me, he says, "Hola, Don. How are things? I hope everything's going good."
Yeah. You get that little politeness there.
Yeah,
It's important.
almost every time he talks to me, right? It's like, yeah, okay, yeah, Andreas, everything's great. Yeah, what's happening?
But there's another thing that often gets misunderstood when we're talking about it being laid back in Costa Rica, and some people take that as people don't work hard. People work twice as hard, 10 times as hard here as back in the States. They work hard, but they have a better work-life balance, and that it's not the sense of urgency for things that aren't important isn't like it is in the States. It's a really interesting thing to learn. To have to jump at any like little opportunity. But it's like here it's kind of like, well, you're working hard. The people work really long days, and when most people work at least 6 days a week.
Well, I got family, Henry and Ricardo, they go out, they have 2 trucks, one's bigger than the other, but they're up the mountain, down the mountain, here, there, and everywhere, picking up supplies, helping people build homes or do whatever. And they're up early, right? And they're up at 5 a.m. They're on the road at 5:30.
Well, people here wake up early. That's almost a given, just because of
this guy.
Just because, well, I mean, I everybody, I think. Well, I'm probably up before. I'm up before the monkeys.
Well, that's what Henry just looks at me and says, "Yeah, hombre pensionado. Dormir todo en la cama, no sé, like, yeah, usually 8 o'clock, Henry. Yeah, okay.
I don't have a choice. My brain wakes me up and says it's time to go. It's time to get stuff going. I think part of it is I grew up in a rural community, and I had lots of friends that were farmers. And they would like it was peer pressure. It's like, what? You're not waking up till 7? Well, that's banker hours. 7 o'clock. So yeah,
I don't know if those bankers in Manhattan would agree with you. They got to go through that tunnel.
But also, it's like if you're a photographer and you're looking for wildlife, you're gonna go early in the morning, and that's one of the things I've always liked to do. And I've just grown to like the morning, so that's my whole psyche is all about getting up early, and I have absolutely no choice about that. So.
Yeah. Anyway, I should let you go because you probably got lots of comments in here. I bet.
I have some comments there.
I have no idea, man. No comments.
You're making me look bad. Like I have comments. Let me see.
Oh, ZZ said hello. Waiting for the moment. Autographs. ZZ's going to Domenical. Anything else? No refresh on this thing.
No, that's how it is. It's yeah. I paid for a year of the StreamYard, so I'm committed to every Thursday at 8. So I'm not. I want to go to Jungle ATV, but I'm not sure if their Wi-Fi is good enough for that.
How do you know how many people are watching?
Well, we don't want to. This will be on the.
Oh, this will be on the repeat.
It'll be on the replay, but that's the number. But
yeah. Well, that's good. That looks good.
Yeah, it's better than a dolphin tour. I did a live there last week, and it was just so chaotic there. I had to move because the table was getting full because a whole bunch of clients were coming in, and I was trying to. I mean, I can do a live on my phone, but it's. And I can also set up this. At one point, I was setting this up. I had my Nikon hooked to this, and that's just such. It makes it so stressful when you have all that extra equipment involved. Yeah. So it's easier just with a laptop
today.
Yeah, the camera always. It's whatever to you.
Oh God.
So you get your Whaletail Brewery shirt on.
Yeah, it's
That used to be Don's office at the Whaletail.
yeah, I just stopped going there. But anyway, I got 3 T-shirts crafted in Costa Rica.
Yeah, there's a craft
That's me.
brew place, Whaletail Brewery. There's also Fuego in Dominical. That's a really cool
Yeah,
place.
Zizi goes there. There's 35 different beers at Fuegos or more. Who knows? But yeah. Anyway, that's my opinion.
I'm not that
Keep
much.
it to myself.
I'm not that much of a beer connoisseur, but I do love pizza. I haven't had a pizza in a while though.
Yeah, there's some good pizza. I still like this pizza down here, this Lomas or whatever the name is. So,
Yeah, it. When I first got here, the pizzeria was called Pizza Express. Then it changed to Lona's, and then now it's Pizzeria Los Dolphins.
the crust is so much better. Like, I'm not a thin crust guy. A lot of thin crust here. That
Yeah.
one is, it's got some body to it, man, and it tastes great. Right? Less filling.
Yeah, it's good. It's good pizza, and it's the most economical deal they have. Like on Tuesdays and Thursdays, you can get like for $6 you can get a pizza and a large pizza and a liter of Pepsi. Not that that's healthy. Not that I'm suggesting that you should do that here, because you're supposed to eat healthy stuff from the market. And if I cook like you did, and if I had a decent kitchen like you did, I would be in such good shape. I go to the gym all the time.
Yeah,
But-
yeah.
but
Excuses.
That doesn't help it. Well, it's if I ate good,
I
would
could cater. Right?
you could cater. You got a decent kitchen there. You've got all the tools.
Yeah.
I don't even have, like in my place, I've got a small kind of a mini fridge kind of thing,
Yeah.
and my freezer that has a little plastic door on it that doesn't quite seal, so it's just a big thing of ice in there, so I can't even put anything in my freezer.
Well, wait for another long power outage. You won't have any ice.
Well, I defrost the thing. If I defrost
It's
it,
got a seal leak.
well, it's a plastic door that
Yeah,
falls
yeah.
off. It's just the problem, and it's a piece of junk. But I'll defrost it, and in 3 weeks, it's back like that again. So
Well, you're only meant to be there for a little while, and you've been there forever.
yeah, that was original thought. When I first moved there, it was like, oh, this is my starting off point. But I kind of I got in my comfort zone there. I really like my landlords, and I really like where I am, and now it's really great for my business, because it's very easy for me to meet people.
And your Wi-Fi's just gone crazy.
Now I've got good Wi-Fi. For 3 years, my Wi-Fi has been horrible, and there's been all these things going on. They finally put the router right inside my place, so that's great.
Yeah.
That makes me not like. I have seen some rentals that have been enticing, but it's hard for me to leave where I am. I can walk to the gym in the morning. That's one of my favorite times, is walking to the gym in the morning when it's just peaceful and quiet. But the gym is moving. Atlantis Gym is moving to a new location, so maybe we'll do a live stream from Atlantis Gym. And if anybody from Atlantis Gym is watching, hola. I was saying earlier, Michael, my trainer, found out today that I was YouTube famous, and he was kind of laughing, like looking it up, and asking me, how many subscribers you have? I go, 5,000. He's like, wow. 5,000 really in the big scheme of things isn't a lot, but
Yeah.
it is. I appreciate every subscriber. I especially appreciate
I've got
the good
friend
vibes ride.
Michael Allen for 20 years, right? Yeah, his numbers never got very high to the amount of amount of information he had put out over all those years. So
But the thing is, like with YouTube these days, it isn't really about the subscribers. There's people that just started that I can't figure out. I watch videos and I'm like, they're just not very informative at all, and we'll have 10,000 views in the first week. Like, if I get 1,000, I'm super happy. I'm super happy for any views, but it's an interesting thing that's chasing the YouTube algorithm.
yeah.
So back to YouTube. So when will we expect Don's premiere? Season one, episode 1 of what's your title of your? I told him it should be Don in Costa Rica. Like, it sounds like Down in Costa Rica, but
Don's Simple Life in Costa Rica.
I think Don in Costa Rica. I'm Don in Costa Rica.
I live
Yo,
a very simple life.
That's-
That's an old pensioner dude from Canada hanging out in Costa Rica, man.
Yeah. I think that the topics that you would touch on are some of the topics that people watching would like it, and things that I don't have as much expertise on. Like people make assumptions that I know things
Right.
about, like, you know, the retirement stuff, and I don't, because I don't have any retirement kind of stuff going on, and I don't know anything about the Kaha compared to you. You know, you have a lot of information about residency that could, I mean, hands-on residency. I've helped some people with residency, but you're like in the process, and you have your own unique
I gotta
path.
go renew my driver's license next year.
You got your Costa Rican driver's license.
Costa Rican driver's license. No, I know a lot about, you know, Costa Rica and retirement and what it's like to live here, the cost of living here for, you know, a certain set amount of income. But, you know, my point to a lot of people is, have you looked outside of your country? You know, it's very expensive. The economy is not helping out for, you know, people that retire, unless, you know, if you're a single person and you're going to be living off pensions or maybe some kind of a annuity or whatever it is. You know, how are you going to live after you finish work, right? How are you going to survive? How are you going to maintain a lifestyle? Because things have been escalating. That's one of the reasons I left Canada, because I could see it coming 10 years before I left. You know, I kept monitoring prices of rental accommodations that I wanted to live at in a very off the beat track place on Vancouver Island, and it just kept going up and up and up and up and up till I went like, well, that's half my pension.
Well, here in Uvita, things aren't necessarily cheap.
No,
But there's some things that are cheaper here, or at least now at this moment are cheaper. Like renting is cheaper, but one problem that happens is people come from, you know, places that, like, if you're coming from like New York City or Chicago or Denver, places like that where you're used to paying a lot. So you come here, and if you're renting, you say, oh yeah, well, $2,000 a month, that's cheap. And then it's raised the prices up here. Yeah. So if that continues to happen, it's going to be more expensive to live here. So if you do come here, try to get a low price on your stuff. Don't fall for the most expensive rentals that they have there. You know, if people don't rent these places, they're going to be forced to put the rates down. You know, there's people I see paying like $4,000 a month for a rental. That's just crazy. Yeah. But I mean, I realize some people live in a different world financially, but that's, I don't care where you are. That's just too much. It's just too much.
Yeah, and the landlord's very happy because they don't have to rent it for the next 3 or 4 months because they just got everything in the first month.
But I mean, there's varying degrees of that too. So there's a lot that happens. And
no, like, you know, I didn't find the first place that I'm living in now the first day I got here. You know, I ended up moving to 2 different places. But I need to look around. You need to keep your options open so you find what you're comfortable with, what's affordable, who's running the show. And
so we've got a comment here from Pepe Roberto about Senior Don, of course. We were going to call him Don, but
title Don in Spanish. Don is
so
honorific title. Yeah,
so,
Senior
so,
Don. Yes, Don.
So yeah, so what he's saying is in Spanish, Don is an honorific title. It used to show respect, typically placed on a man's first name. So that, like, we used to. When I used to say to Don, I go, we should call you Don because well, it doesn't have the ring. When you go Don, it's like, oh.
Well, I'll tell you what happened, and I think I told you this story, but I'll tell your viewers what happened. When I was like 18, I first went to Mexico, and I was traveling around there, and I would get, you know, como te hombre, you know, what's your name and all this sort of stuff, and I would go, Don, and they go, okay, Don, D-O-N, and I, you know, sometimes they go. Oh, Don.
It's like
so, Senor Don. Right?
Senor Don. Yeah. See.
They go Don. They're laughing. They're making a joke out of it. So I just.
So what did they used to call you at the whale?
Hasta luego, amigo. Yeah, pura vida.
What did they used to call you at the whale tail? Poppy?
Yeah, mi tata, which
mi
is
tata.
My dad. Yeah, because I guess to them I was kind of like their dad, kind of, you know, talking to people all the time and helping people out and things. So.
All right, so let's see what we got here. So yeah, I meant to do a quick little walk through inside the
Yeah, I'm gonna go and
Well, can you watch this stuff while I just do a quick? I'm going to do a quick walk through with the
sure.
camera to show the interior.
Yeah.
Because I got all my. That way I can just leave my stuff out here and.
Time for a commercial break.
Time for a temporary change of venue. So this place has been remodeled recently, and it's really beautiful. So they also have ice cream in here, which is awesome. That's the counter. Let me just give you an overall view of the place here. It's kind of hard to see with the sun, but try not to hit the fan. It's a little roundabout here. I feel like I got my 360 camera. You want to bump into any of the fans. I'm a little dizzy after all that. All right, so that's been pretty cool. I want to show you my. This is when I travel now. I'm on my bicycle at the moment, so I've got this. This is my dry bag. I also call this the vault. So when you come and do the experience, the Uvita Day Adventure with me, you put your valuables in this. When you go into the water and stuff, I take care of that. That's one of the great things about having me with you when you're at the beach, because that's always a struggle when you go to the beach. Like, where am I going to put my stuff? So let me just I'm going to do a quick little view of the outside again, because the sun's not as intense now, so it'll come out better. So this is Taunis Café. Let me get it. I can't get this. Okay, get it straight here. So the link to how to get here is down below in the description. And if you want to subscribe to Don's Simple Life in Costa Rica, I think he'll have a comment under there. I'm going to do I was thinking of doing an episode of Costa Rica story, and have like part of it on Costa Rica story and the rest of it on
Like one of those cop shows. They do LA and then they end up in New York.
Yeah, well, something along those lines. But anyway, that's all I've got for this episode of Costa Rica Story. So I'm going to sign off and have Don take us out.
Yeah. Pura vida, Tuanis Café, Fantastico Café, Buenos Dias, and come on down to Uvita. You won't make, what do you call it? Won't regret it.
Uvita waits for you.
My English is gone.
That's what happens.
Okay, Alan.
Yeah, amigo.
Nice day. Pura vida.
Pura vida, yeah. ¿De dónde vas?
No, voy a lavar.
Oh.
Trying to end. It was supposed to be a smooth ending, and I didn't quite get it. All right, hasta luego.